Hello there, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and I am your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. Now the weekend getaway can be just an opportunity to get away from the city and pamper yourself a little, or it can be a short-term adventure which adds a little bit of spice for your life. But whether you're going on planes, trains and automobiles to get to your destination, or whether it's just a short-term getaway, packing effectively and with the right things that you need for exactly the trip you're going on will make your journey stress-free and will help you to unwind and enjoy the situation so much more. There's nothing like worrying that you haven't brought the right kit with you to take the edge off a wonderful weekend away. Well, as it turns out, tomorrow is the weekend. My wife is away in India on business for a week, and it's also a school holiday. So my son and I have planned a trip to London for 2 days of just Chap's time away together. So I'm going to show you what I am taking away with me for a 48-hour excursion up to London with my young lad. Now, I'm going to actually show you what I'm taking with me tomorrow because I've already pre-packed for my trip. But my first tip for you when going away for the weekend is versatility is the key to your packing success, right? Whatever your plans are for when you're away, you need to be prepared for pretty much every situation. So for me, aside from the usual, like my underwear, my pajamas, which I pack in a stuff bag, makes life a lot easier. One of the main things I'm taking with me are the items which I'll be wearing. Now again, I always use a stuff bag simply because it makes life so much easier for keeping everything in one place. And when it comes to packing for versatility, the goal is to pack for any eventuality which you may encounter. Now when it comes to me and my son, we know we're staying in a nice venue, right? And we're going to have dinner there at least one night. However, we would like to go out into the city and enjoy some of perhaps the more lovely dining opportunities which avail themselves in London. So, in order to make sure that we're not underdressed in just such a situation, I'm packing for a bit of flexibility in mind. Now, obviously, things like button-down collar shirts or dress shirts which have a bit of pattern are quite useful because you can wear them in the daytime in a rather casual setting, or you can then pair them with slightly more formal clothing should the need arise in the evening. Now, I've no intention of going anywhere that requires a tie or anything like that, so a shirt like this is going to be perfect. However, I might go to a rather nice dining venue. So rather than trying to pack, say, a tweed jacket or a blazer in my simple hold-all, what I've gone for here is a little secret which I often turn to when I'm packing in such a situation. I go for a knitted blazer. Now, I've had this one for about 2 years. I had it as a birthday gift from my wife. And it's a knitted blazer by renowned British company Charles Tyrwhitt. And quite simply, it's a very straightforward navy blazer, but instead of being made of, something like wool in the worsted style, it is knitted material. So it's kind of like a fancy cardigan, but it's cut in the style of a blazer with notch lapels, pockets on the front, and it really is a middle ground. If you saw me walking into a nice restaurant wearing this, maybe with a nice open collared shirt underneath, and I have worn it with a tie on the channel many times when presenting videos, it looks entirely appropriate. It's slightly sort of casual, but at the same time, it can be dressed up for a situation where I need to look a little smarter. So for my purposes, it's going to be ideal for my trip to London, not least because it is actually quite easy to pack because you don't have to worry about it creasing. As you see, I roll them up together with my shirt and everything is in one place and there's no ironing required at the other end. Now when it comes to my trousers, I'm just going to wear a pair of navy blue chinos because I know that'll go with anything. But equally yourself, you may choose to go with maybe quite dark coloured jeans or whatever transitions easily from day wear to evening wear if you intend to go somewhere rather fancy. Now, on the subject of dressing for versatility, a very big point, and this is something which is going to make the difference between comfort and discomfort, is the footwear that you choose to take with you. Let's just pop that down there. The footwear is going to make a huge difference because, quite likely, if you're on a break or a holiday or a weekend away, you're going to be doing lots of time walking around, looking at the sights, travelling between locations. And as a result, you want a pair of shoes or boots which you know are going to be comfortable. Now for you, it may be a pair of simple white leather sneakers. But for me, it's kind of spring here in the UK. It does rain quite a bit and it's still not super warm. So I'm opting for a pair of boots. This is a pair of Loke barefoot boots, which I have owned for quite a few years. And the reason I'm taking these is because they are very, very comfortable. They're totally worn in. They're a good colour. I know this burgundy colour. I can wear it with pretty much any clothing I have. You know, my intended navy blue chinos which I'm taking, it'll go nicely with my navy blue knitted blazer. But the keynote, these are day-night sole, rubber soles, so they allow me to trudge through the streets of London, whether it's raining, whether it's fine weather, but they're also going to look the part in the evening when I go to a nice restaurant. So comfort in the daytime, smart in the evening. The ideal flexible footwear to take on my trip. Now when it comes to your trip away, I'm talking about packing loads of things, and the one thing you really need, which is an invaluable partner for you on that trip, the companion which is going to carry the weight for you, is a reliable and stylish bag to go with you. Now, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you will know I am a huge fan of the British brand of luggage manufacturer called Friedrik, and I own many pieces of their luggage. In fact, my wife is currently in India and she's gone entirely decked out with Friedrik to make her journey the most easy and stylish she can. But for me, for a long weekend, this is the Palissy weekend bag, ideal for 48-hour trips or even longer. And what I really like about this one, it's a valise style bag, as you can see. Nice and compact, very sleek and stylish, totally Scandinavian in its design cues. There's nothing superfluous on here. It is sleek and streamlined. Kind of the way I like to lead my life. This model, in fact, the Palissy weekend I have here, is in the new green colour, which they've just recently released, and I think it is the sweet spot for me. I do like the cognac model I have in this, but this lovely green colour, absolutely, I think it's called Midnight Green, and they've nailed it. It's something sweet for me because I'm a bit of a nature guy and green is a big favourite. But what I like about this, the vachetta vegetable tanned leather, is elegant, stylish, wears extremely well. I can testify for that because I've had these for many years, but also very practical and easy to carry around. It's got a shoulder strap, which means when you're navigating the tube and walking the streets, you've got your hands free to get your phone out, do whatever you need to do, but at the same time, it carries the weight rather nicely for you. And when you walk into your nice hotel, you've got a piece of luggage which the concierge will look at and realise that you are a gentleman of distinction. Loads and loads of room inside. These always work an absolute treat for me. I mean, they are not cheap, I will admit. This bag is £735, but the way I look at it, it is an investment for life. This is a bag which will be with me for the decades and decades ahead. So whatever bag you take, whether you like a backpack style or me, a bit more of a stylish valise, choose nicely, choose wisely, choose something with enough capacity inside to put everything that you need, but which still reflects the stylish person that you are, be it in beautiful vachetta leather, in a nice colour as this one is, or whatever matches your own personal style. Okay, so when we're away travelling, you know, we need to be well groomed, there's no doubt about that. So I'm going to tell you what I take with me in my little toiletry bag, because I guess you're interested to know how a gentleman such as myself, how I stay sharp and well shaven, well groomed when I'm traveling. So I tend to use many products in here of all different brands. I mean, I always take painkillers. I take a toothbrush and toothpaste, obviously. I mean, one always cleans one's teeth as often as we can. A little container full of an emery board if I break a nail, some, flossing material, some plasters in case I get a blister with all that walking. And also shaving for me is a very important part of the journey. So for me, when I shave, that's all I've got in my bag. Oh, don't forget, little styptic pencil. So I carry my razor in a little razor carrier here, simple double-edged razor, ideal for my journey. I load it with a blade before I leave. For me, I can get 6 shaves out of a blade these days, so I don't need to carry additional blades. Nice and safe in a leather holder like that, job is done. You've seen my toothpaste, toothbrush, painkillers, got that sorted. Shaving makes up the majority of the kit here. So you've seen my razor. To shave with, I always take a brush, and I always take my tube of shave soap from Tabak by the German company Moray & Wirtz. You rub it on, then you use your brush, and it brings up a beautiful lather. Perfect for shaving on the go. And in the nice stick version, it means it's all contained in one place. It's not messy, it's not like cream. It's all nice and easy to keep track of. All I need is a brush, and that, you don't need a little bowl to whip it up. It's all in one place and easily done. After the shave, I use an aftershave après-rassage. So this is Roezel, a Dutch company, and I just think it's a good astringent after you've shaved. Protects the skin. I take a styptic pencil in case I cut myself. You want a coagulant to make sure that you're not going to bleed your life away. I do always take some fragrance with me, and I'm not always in the mood to carry a big bottle. It's extra weight, and weight has to be carried. So I take the little samples, and this is a sample of Floris Elite, which I got last time I was in store, and it's ideal for a 2 or 3 day journey. And finally, deodorant. And as I'm using a Tabak shave soap, I'm using Tabak deodorant as well. Really lovely fragrance, doesn't take up much space. And for me, my personal care needs are all dealt with in this one bag. I can shave, I can take this away for a 2-week journey if that was enough. Going to let you into one little other personal care secret though. One thing which I would only share with you because you're my friends, of course, and that is I have quite, I would say, refined toiletry requirements, and I hate going to a hotel and finding that they've skimped on low quality lavatory paper. So if I'm going away for a weekend, I take my own toilet paper. It's a brand that I know and love. I'm not going to share that secret with you, which one it is, but it's nice and soft, and it just, if I'm pampering myself, I'm pampering all of myself, and the toilet paper counts. I keep it in a little stuff bag, and when I get to my destination, take the toilet paper out, the stuff bag becomes my laundry bag. So as I wear my soiled clothing, it goes into the stuff bag, cinches up, perfect for when I come home and I can throw it in the laundry. Now when it comes to travel, and you want to enjoy yourself as best you can, you want to take those accessories with you which are going to make life a little easier, and it's for your entertainment and enjoyment when you're away. So for me, I am taking my laptop because it fits lovely in the bag, and I personally at the moment am using a MacBook Air, which is the 13-inch version. Nice and easy, slips into the bag. But when you take something like that, you also need to take, all of your connecting cables, your other entertainment things like your AirPods. So I keep them all in one place here in a little bag. Now, if I was going somewhere where I wasn't sure of consistent electricity, I would take a portable charger. But I know the hotel I'm going to, I've been there before, so I don't need to worry about that. So I've got all I need to watch my TV programs, to keep up with my emails, to do any work that I want to when I've got my kit here with my bits and pieces. Now, when it comes to personal entertainment, for me, as you may know, I'm a bit of a reader. So I'm taking my book. Never forget, as I've done in the past, to take your glasses if you are taking a book. I've got a new book I'm reading. This is called Notice by Heather Lewis. let me tell you, right, if you want a book recommendation, this is possibly the most disturbing book that I have ever read. Maybe I'll give you a review on this after I've read it, but I've just started reading it, and I can tell you now, there are going to be nightmares afterwards, but I'll perhaps fill you in a later video on that. Now, when it comes to entertainment, in addition to the modern and the newly fangled stuff, I like to take something which is old-fashioned entertainment, so even if there was a power cut, myself and my son can still make our own fun. And I've got a travel version of Monopoly in a card game here. We've had this for a while. It's always good for an hour's entertainment, or maybe when we go for dinner in the hotel. It's quite an informal environment. After dinner, you know, we can have a little game of Monopoly cards rather than going into the bar, because my son is only a teenager. It's not something which I can actually do with him. So a little game like that means that we can, you know, find a quiet space in the hotel, play a old-fashioned game before we go up to our room, for me to do some reading, for him to do some gaming, whatever we're going to do. But, you know, it's all different types of entertainment for whatever is your own path in life. Now, it may look like I've got loads of stuff here, but really, packing for a weekend away need not be a daunting task. As long as you think about it in advance, plan what you're going to take, make sure you take all the little things that you forget, like cables and your glasses, and if you take the principal items, you can pretty much get through anything. And if you forgot something, as long as you're traveling in the first world, you can probably nip out and buy it cheaply near to where you're staying. But for me, I am looking forward to my weekend away tomorrow. All my kit, my nice Friedrik bag over my shoulder, I'll be up there in London having a wonderful weekend away. So I've given you some of my secrets for weekend packing. Let me know what yours are in the comments section below. If you have enjoyed this video, do me a favour and give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to come on the journey with me into the future of more videos like this, click the subscribe button. If you'd like to practically support the channel, you can do so by buying me a coffee or becoming a patron, because my patrons get additional video content, and I'm sure they're going to learn much more about my trip to London when I update them in my weekly catch-up. So, until the next time, take care, enjoy your weekend away, and I will see you again very soon.